Hello, welcome to my channel. These cards are speaking. So today we're going to do a collective message for the water signs. I was going to do all, but I really feel the spirit is leading me to just do the water signs. So this message is for Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. This is for the water signs. And also doing the meditating and shuffling the cards before I got started. I hear the spirit talking about intuition and empathy and knowings. I think that goes right along with the water signs. The water signs are intuitive. They are empathic. They use their intuition and their knowing. They have a knowing. They are emotional. So I feel like that is what Spirit wants to talk about today. Maybe that is something that you've been struggling with. Wondering if you are, for lack of a better word, crazy. If you have been hearing things or if you've been seeing things, like really what is going on. So this is a collective for the water signs. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Alright, so we're going to see what Spirit has to say. This may or may not resonate with every water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. So just take what does and leave the rest. And we're going to see what Spirit has to say for us. Okay. Alright, it's the overall energy. Overall energy, Spirit, what is it? The moon. Talk about things that's hidden, things that we don't see. Also, like with our intuition, with our intuition, we go by solely, or basically we go by our faith, that what we hear and what we see and what we feel is from the Spirit. And so sometimes it can feel like it's an illusion. It could feel like what we see is not real, and it can keep us bound. It can keep us held back and not going forward into doing and saying and believing what we see. The four of Pentacles. It's sometimes it can be greedy. It holds back. It doesn't give. And so with our intuition, I feel like what the Spirit is wanting us to know is that we have to trust the unknown of what is being impressed upon us. That small, still voice that we hear, we have to trust that. And so when we are out and about, when we're meditating, when we're just living life, on the outside, it looks like we're just normal, we're just doing our thing, and we are. But really, we are being led and guided by our intuition. And so I feel like Spirit is wanting you to know not to be afraid of that, to embrace it, to embrace your intuition, the empathy. You can be in a room with someone and know how they feel and pick up on thoughts, just to know that it's for your highest good, that it is from the Spirit. Some of you have asked for spiritual gifts. Some of you have asked to know what your spiritual calling is, and this is it. Like I said, might not be for everybody, but for those who have been asking and wondering, and you're seeing little things happening, this is it. This is what the Spirit is saying. He's showing you. He's letting you know. To everyone else, like in this Eight of Swords, to everyone else, it's just what you see in the physical, but what you see is something more in depth. You see the true heart of the situation, the true heart of the matter. And He is wanting you to embrace it, not to hold it back. as you continue to go and be led and act upon what you're being led on, it gets easier and you get more comfortable with it. So it's nothing to be afraid of. This is what you asked for. Page of Pentacles. This is a new beginning. This is a new way of life, so to speak. You know, when you have when you have intuition, when you are empathic. That's the word I'm trying to say. This is the ending of what you thought you knew, of what you believed. There is a spiritual awakening happening. Your eyes are being opened. There's a transformation taking place. You'll still be the same person that you always been, but it's like you have the inside edition. You have the inside scoop of what's going on. The King of Pentacles. It's something that for you to be laid back in. It's not something that you have to rush. You've been found faithful. You've been found loyal in the little that you have already been given. And so with that comes more power, comes more responsibility. You know, some of y'all may have already thought about acting on it, whether it's doing your own channel or reading cards or something as far as in the healing aspect, being a counselor, or even just using your intuition and helping somebody when you talk to them. When you're talking to someone, you may even find that people are constantly confiding in you, and you've always wondered why. Well, if you tap into that intuition and that empathic side of you, that emotional side of you, and you can begin to hear what the Spirit is saying, then you'll be able to hear them. The King of Swords. You will take your emotions out of it and not go by what you in the physical think, feel, and hear, and see, and smell, with your five senses, but will tap into a deeper knowing, a deeper intuition, a deeper knowing. The Five of Cups, the Seven of Wands. So from things that you have been through, from things that you have seen, it can cause you to be in a position to protect yourself. And then in that protecting of yourself, you go deeper. You ask Spirit, what is going on? You ask Spirit, help me get through this. You ask God to lead and guide you. And then from there, you get used to hearing that. And that's what helps you transform when you go through something. Some people go through some traumatic things and they stay right there. And that's not what Spirit has called you to do. Like I said, this message might not be for everybody. This might not be what what they're called to, but this is what you're called to do. You take that, what you've been through, and you use that to build you up, to build up your spiritual self. To open up your third eye, the spiritual waking, to open up the knowing that something has already been in there. Some of you had already tapped into this a little bit and wondering, what is it? How can I walk into a room and know what people is feeling? How can I know when someone is lying to me, when someone is shooting me one? That's the way I like to call it. You just know that what you're saying out of your mouth and your energy is not lining up. It is two different things going on here. And so that is what Spirit is wanting you to keep in mind and tap into. That the bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. That is a higher learning. That is going in deeper. The Hierophant. Hierophant is a spiritual teacher. Someone who is in touch with their intuition. Someone who's in touch with their higher power. And this is for your own spiritual growth, for your own spiritual growth. What is the word? Higher power, higher sense of self. You know, you've always known that you weren't like everyone else. You've known that something was different, and not different in a bad way, but like, should I know these things? What should I do with these things? With these things that you know. And it might not even be for you to be on a platform or to have a channel or to stand in front of someone. That's something between you and spirit and God that y'all will have to work out. But you would know exactly what it is that he wants you to do with the gifts. Because these gifts and callings are without repentance. So, seek the spirit, speak God, ask the angels, your guides to reveal to you what your true calling and your true purpose is. Ask them how to activate more of your gifts, because for some of you this is just the beginning. There's more to come. Our spirits, unless you want us to know, what do they need to focus on? What do they need to focus on? On yourself. I'm hearing on yourself, being the boss energy over your own self. Knowing this chess piece is sticking out. In chess, it is strategic, it's methodical. You have to know what each piece, just like with any game, but in chess, you have to know what this piece is doing, when it can move, when it can go side to side, up and down diagonally. And when you make your move, before you make your move, you have to know what your opponent, what's the outcome of what your opponent can be. So by doing this, you focus on you and your moves and what you know. And then as you move, the downloads will come as far as when you need to move, go diagonally, when you need to go crisscross, and so forth. So what you need focusing on is yourself during this time, closing out all the other things, all the other noise, because with this, focusing on yourself, knowing when to move, you need to know that when spirit says move or when spirit says stay, that you're hearing that and there's no doubt, like, was that me? You want to get to a point where you flow with it. When the Lord says, when spirit says do something, then you know that he wants to lead you in a different direction. Like this tonight, my plan was to do the timestamp for all the signs, but I kept feeling and hearing over and over, do the water signs, do the water signs. And so here we are doing the water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. All right, let's see how to activate spiritual gifts. Spirit, tell us how they can activate spiritual gifts. I hope you're getting something from this. If this is in confirmation or some type of clarity for you. If it has, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's see how to activate their spiritual gifts. Recognition. Recognize what you're hearing. Recognize what you're feeling. And then speak up. If you are hearing, if you are sensing, just like, just use these cards tonight as an example. What I was going to do, like I said, was the timestamp for all the signs from Aries to Pisces, but I kept hearing do the water signs. I recognized what I heard, and then I moved accordingly. And so the same thing, you can ask for spirit to give you signs, synchronicities, and they'll lead and guide you. You got spirit guides available to help you on this journey. So recognize what you're hearing. Recognize what you're hearing. Okay, spirit, The spiritual growth. Spiritual growth. How can they work on the spiritual growth? How can Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio work on their spiritual growth? Wow. Six of Cups. It's the inner self. A reflection on the inside. Going in the inside. Meditating. Spending time with the spirit. Finding some music. I don't know, some soft, gentle music. Raindrops. Whatever you want to hear. Thunderstorms. And just sit in it. And just become one with yourself. Ask yourself questions. Ask the spirit questions. And then just listen. Listen to what he tells you. What cords need to be cut. What ties need to be broken. What people you no longer need to be associated with as you move up the spiritual ladder. What people are in your path for a higher good. What people are in your path that is no good. And you begin just to listen. So go within and start seeking. Start seeking those spiritual awakenings, those small spiritual awakenings. A spiritual awakening is not something that's grandiose. And let's say you go to sleep one day on Tuesday and you wake up Wednesday and you're just like, wow. No, it's the spiritual growth, your spiritual awakening. It's just like when you are waking up from a sleep. You know, if you set an alarm clock or your eyes just open, you know, you start to come out of that REM. And then you maybe hear the alarm clock, or you might hear a noise. Then you open your eyes. Then you might lay there for a second, get your bearings together. You are awakening. It's the same thing with your spiritual awakening. You sense your intuition is working. And you're like, no, that's just me. Something tells you, or you hear, I don't want to say something, but you hear, don't go down that road. Like, oh, that road is faster. And then it ends up being an accident. And then you sitting there, and then 2 hours later, you get to your destination. Did your intuition tell you not to go and you brushed it off? Those little things add up and add up and add up. And that's what causes a spiritual awakening. Because then you begin to realize that you're not here alone, and that there are guides literally leading and guiding you in your everyday life. Which is awesome. Intuition. Spirit shows us how they can tap into their intuition. What is it they need to know? How to continue to tap into the intuition. This is a spiritual awakening for some. This is for Pisces, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. I saw the world cards. I was shuffling. So the intuition. How can they tap into the intuition? What do they need to know, Spirit? The devil. That is obsessions. Obsessions. What is the other word? Obsessions. So not obsessions in a bad way, but tapping into your intuition. Dependence. That's the word. Thank you, Spirit. You look at it as a dependence on it. Like you're going to make a move once you hear from the Spirit and what to do. You have become dependent upon your intuition to know when to move. You become dependent upon hearing the Spirit. You become dependent on hearing the voice of God to know when to move and to make decisions, because that is what's going to That's what's going to be beneficial to you. Because we can make decisions and actions and things in our own, but we can look back in our past life and throughout the years and the past years, and the decisions that we made, we're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But when you become dependent, the same way this card, his hand is on his card is held out, beckoning, beckoning. The Spirit is saying, ask me, I will tell you. Ask me, I will tell you. Ask me, I will lead you. Ask me, I will show you. You become dependent on it. You're not going to want to make a move without hearing your intuition. Okay. Anything else we need to know, Spirit? What else do we need to know? Thank you for the messages so far. Like I say, I hope this has been some type of clarity, an eye opener, answers to some questions that you may have heard, had. And if it has, in the comment section, just put, I receive it. I receive it and I'm on it. I receive it and I'm on it, Lord. All right, let's see what else the Spirit has to say. And then we'll get some angel guide cards. King of Cups. Yes. More intuition, knowing on the inside. And with the King of Cups is they don't necessarily always express outwardly of their love. It's something that they hold and something they keep to themselves. And also with this, I feel like the Spirit is saying the gifts, shook the table, sorry. The gifts that you have, the gifts that the Spirit gives you, it's not for everybody. It is not for everybody. Not everybody will even understand. And that's something that you will have to learn. And it's not like it's a secret or anything, but not everybody understand. Not everybody is walking in a spiritual awakening. Like this message could be for a select few, but you have to know, just like if you had a business opportunity to start something that could be profound, you wouldn't tell everybody because not everybody cares, one, and not everybody would be happy for you. And so the same thing with spiritual, with your gifts, maybe in the beginning, this isn't something that you can just broadcast because people aren't going to understand. Not everybody identifies with a spiritual awakening. Not everybody understands or walks in the gifts of the Spirit. The Bible says many are chosen, but few are called. There's only going to be a few that is called out of the chosen that's going to walk in it. It's going to walk in the fruition of it. All right, let's get one more card. Let's see. Page of Swords. Yep. Begin to study. Begin to study. Begin to research. You may find, you may notice angel numbers 222, 333, 234. 1, 2, 3, 4 is one that I saw a whole lot. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 2, 3, 4. That's one that I saw a lot. I see a lot of 555s. Begin to look those up. These light bulbs, to me, is representing ideas. They're going to be downloads and ideas that the Lord give you that you may feel that they're far-fetched and be like, what? But you go back to the intuition, just like the dependent. You go back beckoning, like, Spirit, what is this? What is it that you want me to do with this? You gave me this download. You gave me this idea. You gave me this unction to do something. Now, what is it specifically that I need to do? Okay, let's get some, I'm steadily shuffling. Let's get some angel guide oracle cards. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages so far. I hope this has been clarity for the people who are watching. For those who are watching, this message is for those who are watching. What is it that you have for them? Thank you for the messages so far. So I'm being guardian angel So I am being called to read it. It's a guardian angel, which we all have a guardian angel, which is available to us. Hold on, what I'm looking for, because it's not in order. Page 50. So we all been given a guardian angel that we can call on and ask questions to. All right. Guardian angel. Everyone has a guardian angel, like I just said, who has been with them since their soul's creation. Now your guardian angel is drawing closer to you than ever. This angel guide knows you, loves you, and accepts you completely. Before your incarnation on earth, you danced across the stars together. If you're feeling overwhelmed or alone at this time, know that your angel guide is with you to share their love and make you feel safe. You never walk this path alone. Angels are always there to light the way. This card is a huge reminder that you always have their help, support, and companionship available to you. How awesome is that? How awesome is that? Guardian angel. And we're going to get one. This is the power of love activation. So what needs to be activated in love? This is the power activation oracle. Let's see. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages so far. All right, let's get one. Let's see what the Spirit has for us. Thank you for the messages so far. All right, let's get one. Loyalty. Your real, I can't say that word. Reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being. Your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency and being. Loyalty. All right, that is what I have for you guys today. These cards are spoken. I hope it has been a blessing. I hope it spoke something to you. Okay, hold on. I'm hearing one more. Okay, Spirit, one more. I still hope this has been a blessing and you got something out of it. Put that there so you can see a guardian angel. Okay, that loyalty. We'll do one more. One more. Freedom. You are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitation through the loving energy of openness. Yes, you need to be open to the Spirit. And with that, it will give you a sense of freedom. Any restrictions, whatever you were thinking that you are hearing and feeling, don't restrict yourself. Just be free. Just let the Spirit lead and guide you. Just let the Spirit lead and guide you. Okay. Now, these cards are spoken. I hope you got some type of clarity. I hope you got some type of confirmation. If you did, if you would like it, like this video, I would greatly appreciate it. If you didn't get anything from it, I ask that you like it still because it helps my channel grow. All right. Love and light.